subscribers, it's Cindy here with Stampin' Trick Creations. I just wanted to jump on and do a quick card for you. I am participating in a card swap with some fellow demonstrators, and the card I've decided to do I thought would be a great opportunity to show you guys how to put this card together. I wanted to do this in a class for some time, so then I thought this would be an even better option. So this swap that I'm doing, we have to do 2 different cards. So the first, and we have to pick 2 different stamp sets. So the first stamp set I picked was Jars of Flour. So I'll do a video on the card that I'm doing for that later. But the other one that I chose is Celebrate Sunflowers, which is on page 13 of the catalog. So if you know me, you know that I absolutely love sunflowers. They are my absolute favorite flower. So when I saw this stamp set, I knew it was an absolute must-have, and I knew it was definitely one that I wanted to do my swap on. So this does come as a bundle, and it does have some embossing folders that also coordinate, which are beautiful. These greenery ones are actually with the greenery paper. I can't think of the name of it right now, but anyway, they're gorgeous and they coordinate very nicely with this suite as well. So I just want to show you the card that I've decided to do, and this is the very first original card, and I did not create this card. This was actually created by a friend of mine, Anne Granger, at one of the events. So this was the card that she did, and I absolutely loved the fold of it. So I thought, how fun would that be to recreate it? So as I was playing with some of my paper a couple weeks back, I decided to come up with this card. Same card, just using the new in colors and some new paper and that kind of thing. So I thought that would be really fun. So then I thought, what if I take this layout and modify it a bit around the sunflower bundle? So if you're not familiar, this is the stamp set that I just showcased in the catalog there for you. And then in here, I have actually put my Sizzlets directly on a magnetic sheet, and these magnetic sheets you can get anywhere. I just get mine at the dollar store over by Metro and Staples Plaza for like $1.25 or whatever, and I slice them down. But I know you can get them like Amazon or wherever. And then this is my stamp set. So I like having my Sizzlets and my stamp set together in the same case. And then the coordinating paper, and I think I've showcased this paper before, but it is absolutely beautiful, and it has all the in colors in it. So that is a definite pack of paper that you would like to have on hand, and I love the 6x6 size. It works just wonderful. Okay, so let's get started. So what I've done is I've actually pre-cut everything for us just to make things go a little bit simpler, so you don't have to sit here and watch me cut cardstock, which is never very fun. So the measurements that I'm using here, so on this one, this is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and what I really like about this card is that I can actually get 4 card bases out of 1 sheet of paper. So this is just a 1/4 sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, which is awesome. And then this piece here is the 3 3/4 by 5.5. This one here is 3.5 by 5.5. So these are the 3 new in colors. So we have, let's see, Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, and then the Bumblebee. Okay, so we have those 3 pieces of cardstock. We then have a piece of Whisper White that is 3 inches by 11, and we folded it or scored it at 5.5. Then we have a piece of Designer Series paper, or DSP, you've heard me say before, and this piece is 3 by 5.5. And then I have a piece here that is 1 inch by 5 inches, which is going to act as our belly band type thing. And then I've gone ahead and I've punched out the sunflower. Well, I haven't completely punched this all out, but I've cut this all, die cut this already, okay, to make things go just a little bit smoother. And then I have the center for my sunflower. So let's go ahead and put this together. So I have my Just Jade, and I'm just going to layer this as such and as such. So now really the instructions say that this piece here, this piece here should be Designer Series paper, and I didn't want to use Designer Series paper just because I felt like it was a bit of a waste because you don't see very much of it. So I just thought, what a great way to showcase the in colors instead. and if you've been listening to me talk, I have purchased the new Stampin' Seal and I love it, but I've already gone through a roll of it. So I've been using quite a bit of it. So that's love it. I just need to order more of it. Okay, so here we go. So we just got our 3 layers on. So that's pretty basic, right? This is a super easy card to put together actually. So what we want to do is we want to be very cautious here because we want to make sure that this actually should have gone underneath here. So that was silly me. And then flipped over here. But that's okay actually because I want this longer because of my sunflower. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to glue this down. And I like to tuck it between the first and second layer, only just so that it's a little bit more sturdy. I'm going to leave it about there, and I could flag this end actually, which I will do. And just so you're aware, there is a new punch coming out to flag smaller things like this as well. So when I say flag, what I'm doing is I'm just slicing down the middle, and then I'm going to come up on an angle and here on an angle. And I should have done that a little bit better, but for simplicity's sake, there we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do, so we have our card. We need to adhere our Whisper White piece down the middle, but before I do that, I'm gonna actually put my Designer Series paper to the front of this, like this, so it covers the whole front, if I measured correctly. Yes, I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue here. So the Stampin' Seal is really great because you need very little Stampin' Seal compared to all the other glues that we've ever had, which is really, really nice. Like I said, I've used quite a bit of it, so. Okay, so now what we should really do is we should use some tear and tape to adhere this piece down to our base, just to give it a little bit of extra help, because that is the part that's going to be the opening and closing mechanism, and you don't really want to skimp out on that. So just gonna bring, if you don't have tear and tape in your supply, it is definitely something that you want to have, and really it's just a roll, and I'm literally pulling it off and I'm tearing it with my finger, so you don't need any extra supplies to use this, or a holder or anything like that. I just kind of leave it in my trolley here beside me. I'll maybe put another piece up here just for, because my luck on camera, it will fall apart. Okay, so put this to the side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to peel this off. Perhaps I have no nails left, so bear with me. There we go. And there's all sorts of little tricks that you can do to get this tear and tape off as well. So I just like to take my nail and just kind of, so it's basically double-sided sticky tape is really what it is. Okay, so now I have to decide if I want my band closer to the top or closer to the bottom. I think I'm going to do it this way. So I think I'm going to open this up. I'm going to center this as such, trying to glue it down straight. Okay, so there we go. So now this will open as such. And then I'm going to take my sunflower and I'm going to actually just, if you cut these very well when you do this through your die cutting machine, then it pops out quite well, quite easy. Okay, so I'm not really using anything special to pop those out. They should pop out relatively easily. I do like to always have my little poker close by, just for these types of holes here. Now sometimes if I go like this, it will actually pop out, and all I'm doing is really just kind of running my paper piercer over it. And I can tell I didn't actually cut the center of this overly well, but this is going to be my sample card for my swap, so it's okay. And I don't know how many of these I have to do. I'm thinking around 10 of each, I think, is our group. So this would be similar to what we did Sunshine in the Mailbox type of thing, but this is all demonstrators, and we do it more to get different ideas for cards for classes and that kind of thing. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. So now what I need to do is I need to take my center of my sunflower, which is going to be this side, and that's going to fit just right inside there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this sunflower right to this part here on my card, onto my flag. So what I like to do when I'm doing intricate things like this, I like to actually use my fine tip glue, which I just ordered some this morning, and it said it's on low inventory. So if you don't have one in your supply, I would suggest getting one, and it is really, really fine, but it's great for these really intricate things. Okay, so let's get this, and it's basically a clear glue, is what it is. And then I'm going to, I should have maybe looked at that a little bit better, but I'm gonna put that down. Let's do it this way. Sorry, I'm not thinking straight today for some reason. Go ahead and put that down, and then if you just hold that just for a second, excuse me, it doesn't take long to dry at all. Okay, so the really key thing you want to know about your fine tip glue is that you need to seal it up as soon as possible, and there is a little pin that goes in, and you just want to make sure that pin goes into the hole. Sometimes you think you have it in there and it's not actually in the actual tip of the glue. So I'm looking for some of my bigger dimensionals. I can't seem to find them, so I think what I'll do is I'll just use a couple of these small ones. And I'm gonna actually just adhere this onto the back, or onto this flag. One more, there we go. So I don't know if everybody knows that when you get to this part of your Stampin' Dimensionals, you can actually slice this and use all of this if you really wanted to. Depends on how desperate you are and how much patience you have, maybe. Sometimes those actually work a lot better. Okay, so clearly I didn't allow my glue to stick long enough. It's probably not going to stick there. So I think what I'll do is I'll put that to the side. Let's bring this one in. Let's try that again. I'm having a bit of a fight today with that. Actually, you know what? You probably don't even need to sit here and watch me do this. Let's just improvise, because this, again, is my sample card, right? So I'm going to put this here, as such. I'll glue this down better. And then this will open. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.